Welcome to my next Supernatural Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you are caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Supernatural, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that's the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And full disclosure, this is actually my first time watching the show Supernatural. I've heard many good things about it over the years, and I decided to give it a shot. So far, I've watched the first 6 episodes, and it's okay. I don't love it, but I can see it's good. It's entertaining to a degree. I hear it gets a lot better, especially around Season 4, and I know there's a couple bad seasons, but every show has bad seasons. Well, almost every show. So I plan to be doing this for the long haul, barring it getting unbearable, but I don't think it's going to get that way. So I plan on watching all 15 seasons, which is 327 episodes, I believe. And then I guess there's a spin-off show that I'll have to watch as well. So join me on the journey. Let's discuss this hopefully awesome and amazing show in the comments section. I don't want you to spoil anything past this episode, even though I've actually seen the next episode, just to avoid any potential spoilers. So with all that said, this will be Supernatural Season 1, Episode 5. The title of this episode is called Bloody Mary, and this will be my first time watch review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start off in Toledo, Ohio, where there's 3 girls that are playing Truth or Dare, and Lily, a character's dares to say Bloody Mary 3 times in front of a bathroom mirror. The other girls scare her by banging on the door, and then Lily's father, Steven Shoemaker, appears and tells them to be quiet. As he returns to his bedroom, a figure appears in every mirror he passes. When he looks in the bathroom mirror, his eyes start bleeding. His eldest daughter, Donna, later discovers him dead in a pool of blood. Then we have Sam awakes from another nightmare about Jessica, which he won't speak about. He and Dean visit the morgue and bribe the attendant so they can view Steven Shoemaker's body. While the cause of death is unclear, his skull was full of blood and his eyeballs had liquefied. Visiting the Shoemaker house following the funeral, Sam and Dean speak to Shoemaker's daughters, Donna's friends Jill and Charlie, and Lily reveals she feels responsible for his death after invoking Bloody Mary. Sam and Dean look for clues in the bathroom. When Charlie finds them, they admit they think there is something suspicious about Steve's death, and Sam gives Charlie his cell phone number in case she thinks of anything helpful. Later that night, while on the phone to Charlie, Jill jokingly says Bloody Mary 3 times in front of the mirror. Soon after, Jill sits in front of a mirror and eyes the reflection in her mirror start bleeding, and the reflection says, "You did it. You killed the boy." Jill's own eyes start bleeding, and she dies. Charlie reports Jill's death to Sam and Dean and helps them get into Jill's bedroom. On one back of the mirrors, they find the name Gary Bryman. Research shows that he was a young boy killed in a hit and run, and the description of the car involved matches Jill's car. At the Shoemaker house, they find the name Linda Shoemaker inscribed on the mirror, which was the name of Steven's wife, who died suspiciously after a sleeping pill overdose. Dean starts researching all the deaths of women called Mary who died in front of a mirror and finds the death in Indiana of Mary Worthington. The brothers travel to Indiana and speak to the police detective who worked on her case. Mary was 19 when somebody broke into her apartment, murdered her, and cut out her eyes with a knife. Before she died in front of a large mirror, she tried to spell out her killer's name, but only managed the letters T-R-E. A surgeon named Trevor Sampson was suspected, but nothing ever was proven, and her murder went unsolved. Now she was cremated. The boys, they feel like that Mary's spirit was trapped in the mirror, which they found has been recently sold to a shop in Toledo. And then Donna and Charlie are in the school bathroom where Donna says Bloody Mary 3 times. Charlie begins seeing the figure in reflective surfaces. Distraught, she seeks out Sam and Dean. She had a boyfriend who once threatened to kill himself if she left him. When she left, he committed suicide. Sam and Dean remove or cover all the reflective surfaces in their motel room so Charlie can stay there. And then Sam and Dean decide that to destroy Mary, they need to summon her. Sam offers to do it because she seems to be targeting people associated with deaths who keep secrets. Dean urges that his guilt over Jessica's death is misplaced and he's not keeping any secrets, but Sam says Dean does not know everything. After summoning Mary, she appears and Sam's eyes start to bleed. His reflection accuses him of being responsible for Jessica's death and reveals that he had nightmares about how she would die for days before the event, but failed to warn her. And then after talking to the police outside this mirror shop, Dean gets back in finally and smashes the mirror, but Mary emerges from the frame and advances on Dean and Sam. Finally, Dean shows Mary her own reflection, who accuses her of killing people, causing her to self-destroy. Dean smashes the mirror and she disappears. And then Sam and Dean take Charlie home, and Sam tells her not to feel guilty over her boyfriend's death because she couldn't have prevented it. Dean tells Sam it's good advice. As they leave, Dean asks Sam what his secret was, but Sam refuses to tell him. Just then, he sees Jessica standing on a street corner in a long nightgown before she disappears, and that's what ends this episode of Supernatural. So, a pretty good episode. I'm going to give it an 8.4 out of 10. My character of the episode, I try not to give it to Sam and Dean because they're obviously the character of every episode, but I would go with Charlie. And I feel like there's three characters in every episode. You have Dean and Sam, and then you have another one that they focus on, and that's who I'm giving it to this one. Although there's the other chick that said Bloody Mary in the school, so I don't know. But I like Charlie in the episode. I'm a little upset because it seems like these characters that they have for one episode don't ever come back, and I kind of like some of the characters that they've shown thus far. So, in the event, 8.4 out of 10. You've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Supernatural and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are regarding this episode of Supernatural. What would you rate the episode, and whom would you choose as a character episode? You want to do Sam and Dean, or both, one, other, that's fine. You want to do Charlie, that's fine, or anybody else, it's up to you. We all can have different opinions, and I'm relatively new at doing this show, so maybe I haven't necessarily gotten to my groove yet. So if you think that, I'll get better, don't worry, it's still relatively new, 5 episodes in. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100,000 subscribers. I know that's a pretty lofty goal. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.